Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to Sea Dream from Stamperia. We are making these two mini albums. This is a project for Scrap and Create, and you can get all of your supplies there. I will have it linked down below. This is going to be the final video. We're going to do all our inserts and any last minute embellishing that we want to do. And I'm just going to apologize right now if you can hear like a car horn or something. It has been going on literally all night long. It is now 8:20 in the morning, and every time I woke up overnight, which was several times because of the car horn, that car horn was going off. I guess it's a car alarm. Clearly, whoever was, I don't know, nobody stole the car, but it's still there. So anyway, apologies for that if you can hear it. So let's start with the larger book. I have already gone through and cut everything I want to use for inserts and all the mats. Bear in mind that all of this at this point is optional. Whatever size scraps you have, you can use those, and I'll explain a little bit as we go. So first thing I have here is my little pile of side pocket inserts. We'll do those, and then we'll just go through front to back and I'll show you what I've left. But let me just set the book aside and let's do the side pocket inserts. And I was pretty worried as I went along with this that I was not going to have enough paper. And I ended up with just pretty much small scraps, and I think I have one 8x8 left. So let me show you what I've got here. This video is probably going to have a whole lot of fast forwarding or editing of me gluing things, but I just want to see everything. Okay, so this is 7 3/4 by 5 3/4. And, just use what you have left. And one of the last things I did was cut the back of these, and what I used was the inside back covers from the 12x12s. For the back of all 4 of these side pocket inserts. If you don't have enough paper left to do both sides of your side pocket inserts, or you just don't want to, use a solid, and honestly a solid white would be great, and I've got some places where I want to use a solid white, but I'm not going to because I am out, and to be perfectly honest, I haven't got the money to order any more right now, so maybe next week. But so you'll see some places where I haven't done the backs. I'll point them out when we get there, but because these are good places for pictures, a solid cardstock on one side is not a bad idea. Or even do a solid cardstock on both sides and just do like a 1-inch border of your pattern paper, especially if you're running low on your pattern paper. That's a good way to conserve a little bit. That is not even a little bit straight. Okay, there we go. All of these have been inked. Sorry, I'm pausing to pet my cat. Baby was asking for pets. You really don't want to pause when you've got glue seeping out like I did, but you can't see, but she jumped up on my chair with me. Oh, and now she's down. She got what she wanted. She may be, she's trying to come up here. You may be seeing her shortly. I've really got to remember that these glue bottles don't want to be squeezed or you end up with way too much glue. These are bottles for icing for cookies and cakes and whatnot. I'll make sure I'm putting this right side up. And I love them because they are easy to use. They're easy on your hands. So I like them a lot, but they do take some getting used to if you've been using the regular art glitter glue bottles, which sometimes you really have to squeeze pretty hard. Okay, so there's one. And we need 4 of these. So let me go ahead and do the rest. Oh, hang on. We have a visitor. This is Holly. What you doing, Holly girl? She is Jolly's sister. As you can see, she got all the fluff. Okay. Well, as I was playing with her, I realized I never turned on my recording lights. Sorry about that. Fortunately, we didn't get too far. There's the 4 side pocket inserts for the large book. And it doesn't really matter how they go, which one goes where, so it's a little tricky because we have so many things going on to determine the actual side pocket sometimes, so just be careful about that. Oops, see, I tried to put that in the wrong spot. 2. Okay, there we go. So let's go back to the front. And I have got one thing in each pocket for the most part, because I really was getting very low on paper, and I wanted to make sure I got at least one thing in every pocket. So in this case, and again, this is all dependent on what you want and how much paper you have left. This is 7.5 by 5.5. And I'm going to mat it with that. You know, you can do whatever you like. And this mat and all the other ones you're going to see are the ones where I would like to put white on the back, but I don't have any white to do it. So I will come back through later on and add the white. Okay. There is that one. Hitting the bottom, so I'm going to wiggle it a little bit. There we go. And then here we have a pocket. Oh, I didn't round these corners. I need to round the corners, and I didn't ink this one. So let me do that. You don't have to round your corners. I just wanted to. I thought it would look nice. Okay. Gosh, I thought that was straight when I put it down. All right, that is going in there. And okay, so this, yeah, we have stack pockets here, and I do have these two little tags and then one big one. Did I make that? Yeah. All right, I'm not sure I gave you the measurement on the other one, but it was the same as the first one. This one's 5 1/4 by 7 1/4, rounded on all four sides. And then I have two 4 by 3 that I rounded the bottom and used my scallop corner for the top to make them more tag shaped. Those. Okay. That one goes there. And then we have our two little ones go here. All right, now we have our envelopes. Just gonna slide that to the side. And these, I just made some little cards. This one I had a scrap. It's actually a little too small for where it's going, but I'm using it because I didn't have much paper left. These I did not round the corners because I wanted them more like, I guess, note cards. And if you were giving this to someone, like as maybe a wedding gift or something like that, this first pocket would be a place you could tuck a gift card in. But you might want to let them know, don't forget to look in the envelopes. Or it could just be a happy surprise for somebody years down the road. That one, and this one, our envelopes. Wire. I feel like the tails are still a little long on that. Okay, there's nothing in there. And this one, 7 1/4 by 5 1/4. That was the size I tried to make most of the bigger inserts, either 7 1/2 by 5 1/2 or 7 1/4 by 5 1/4, because you could put a 5 by 7 foil. Or, of course, smaller ones, whatever you want. Nothing here, but I did want to show you. Hang on. Let me slide this over. If you remember, I wanted to add white mats, so I did use pretty much the last of the white that I had left, whoops, to mat those. So those are done. And then we have here these two pockets. All right, so the larger one is 6 3/4 by 4 3/4, and the smaller one is 5.5 by 4 3/4. Double checking which side I want. Or that side. That side looks really nice. So does that. Hang on. I think I'll use this side. I was going to do it the other way, but in here, we have this one. And this one is 7 1/4 by 4 1/4. And again, all of these will get white on the back once I get some white to do it with. Okay. And here, might as well take this one out too. Do both. All right. So the one that's going under the belly band, whoops, 7 1/4 by 5 1/4. And this one is in the pocket, and it is 5 1/4 by 7 1/4. And I should have mentioned earlier, probably, but what I did when I did these bigger mats, and the side pocket mats in particular, is they were, I forget the height, but say they were 7 3/4 or whatever they were. I took the sheet of paper, and I don't have one. Hang on, I'll just show you on a piece of solid. Okay, so I cut it across at whatever the height was, this way. So I had a piece like this, and then I cut 2 mats out of that, side by side, or, you know, on each side, however I wanted it. But it left me a fairly good sized piece up here, and I used those pieces in the smaller book. Okay, so just for your FYI. Okay, there we go. That is all the inserts. So let me set this aside. We'll get back to this to see if we want to add any embellishment. I don't know that we are going to add embellishment, but we might, so we'll take a look. All right, now the little book. All right, so I mentioned just now about using the cutoffs from those other mats. So the side pocket inserts, mine are all done. I'll show them to you, but except for this one, which I left out. So I used those narrower pieces that were left to cut the mats for these side pocket inserts, because they're, you know, this paper is very much directional with a vertical, you know, lines and things and text. So a lot of the mats, they weren't big enough to, you know, I couldn't turn them. They wouldn't look right. But for these, they were perfect. And these, if you remember, let's see if I have it handy anywhere. Probably don't. Okay. This is the Graphic 45 folder die. That's how I made these. And the way, I think I showed you, but the way that I cut the mat, just grab a piece, is I took whatever paper I was using, and let's say I was going to cut this mat, and I tried to line it up near an edge so that I could be sure it was straight. Put it like that, and then I washi taped it down, took a pencil on the inside, make sure you hold your pencil, a mechanical is best if you have it, make sure you hold your pencil straight up and down, and then traced around it. You go all the way around, of course, and then cut it out. And that's how I did my mats. That gave me the distance I needed. Let me just go ahead and hang this up. I keep all my Graphic 45 dies hanging from my camera stand just so I can get at them easily, because I use them a lot. And what I did is I cut 2 outside mats, you know, for each side, and then 1 inside mat. And I didn't mat this side. Again, that's a place where white would probably be good if I had it. If you do not have that die, oh, excuse me. All right. If you don't have that die, of course you could just cut, just like we did for the larger book. You know, just a rectangle would be fine. You can maybe cut, if you've got a tab die or something like that, or a tab punch, you could maybe put a tab on it if you wanted, but it's not necessary. That's just the way I did these. I've had that die for a couple months and I've been wanting to use it. I got it at Scrap and Crate, of course. They sent it to me after I asked for it, I'll be honest, because I wanted to try it. And I really like it a lot, because I do make quite a few smaller books, but even if I was making a bigger book, one of these would be great in a pocket in a bigger book. Okay, and then we have the inside here. And when you're cutting these, I'll show you in a minute. When you're cutting the ones that are going to go here on the inside, try and cut them in such a way that you have something interesting up on the tab to see and not just a blank area of the paper. So there is that one. Okay, and let me show you the other ones. We have this one. There. And this one. I love the way that one came up. And the last one. Okay. Okay. Let's go ahead and glue down the mitts. And this is, essentially what we just did with the larger one. This is 5.5 by 3.5. And this one, quite a few of the ones I did in here, because they were smaller, looked more like tags, so I rounded the bottom corners and used my scallop punch on the top, but do them however you like. 5.5 by 3.5. And I'm just giving you measurements so you know what I did. Again, this is all completely, optional. Depends on what you've got in the way of paper left and what you want to do. You may not want to do anything and just put pictures and things in it, or even nothing. That's fine too. Okay. And then this is just like we did on the other one. We've got one large one and 2 little tags. And this one I didn't round. Do I want to round that? Yeah, I should. I did all the others. I think I did all the others. Not that one. This one. Looks like I didn't ink it either. Okay. And I don't think I inked these either. Go. That's down. Okay, and these little guys are 1 3/4 by 2.5. Okay. I need to stop saying okay. When I edit my videos, I notice it. I say it a lot. It's annoying. I'm sorry. Okay, there's nothing there, nothing here. Right, yeah, this one has fewer inserts than some of the others. Okay, so than the other one. This is 5 by 3.5. And we have these little ones. These are kind of bookmark shaped. Are 2.5 by 5 and 2.5 by 4. And in here we have another bookmark kind of shape, also 2.5 by 5. And finally, we have the last two. All right, this one is 5 by 3.5. Originally, this one was bigger, but I was down to literally the last piece, and I cut the mat wrong. So I had to make it smaller because I didn't have another piece big enough. And this one goes in the pocket, and this one is 5.5 by 3.5. And I know you can piece your mats when you only have smaller pieces left, and I've seen people do it and it looks nice, but I just don't care for it. I'll do it occasionally, but I prefer to just use full-size mats. Okay. Oops, there we go. In there. That one even feels damp. I used so much glue on it. Okay. Now, let us see. I know I don't want to put any big dimensional flowers inside, but I do have, I think, a flat one, and I've got some die cuts. I've got a lot of die cuts. I think I've only got one flat flower left, but let's see. I've got everything off to the side here. And I've got these over here. Not that. Okay. I don't know if I want to use that one. It's all by itself. All right, well, let's just go through this little guy first and see if there's any. I don't even know that I want to put anything else because the paper itself is, you know, pretty good. It might just be gilding the lily, really. And these are cute. I just don't know as the book needs them. That's kind of cute. I kind of like that. Just hanging off the edge like that. Maybe even sticking out. I do like that. The only thing is if I stick it out, it's white on the back. So it might not look as good. It's not bad though. Sticking out a little, even though it is white. I'll just stick it out a very little. But I think I will put it there. I like that. Okay. So where do I need to? Pretty much this main part. I decide where it needs. Could make that a tuck spot if you wanted, but I'm not. I don't want it sticking out too much because I don't want too much of that white showing. Here. That's cute. I like that. Okay. Here we don't have anything. I wonder if we want to just put like that down as a tuck. Or where's the other? We have several of these round ones. Not that one, that doesn't show. That's kind of nice. Kind of leaning towards that, unless I don't want to use the seal because he's kind of featured already. The orca's too big, but we might be able to use it somewhere else. I'm thinking the other album. I have a shell, and that picks up on that shell. And we have the turtle. Again, that's a little big. Oh, we have another round one. What's this one look like? Did we already look at that? I think we did. I don't know. We have lots of flowers. I kind of like this blue one because it picks up on all the blue there. And if we just do it as a tuck, I think that's what I'm gonna do. So I'm just so you can see, I'm just gonna put a little bit of glue here and here and here. Maybe here and here. Just a little bit on this outer edge. And then put it like that. That's good, I like that. I'll grab a scrap. Yeah, that'll be fine. If you just want to leave that hole for a photo, of course, do that. And then these are fine. And that makes a pattern, so I don't want to interrupt that at all. We have the matching one. Oh, that's kind of cute. Yeah. Oops, I like the way that looks. Okay, so I like to put my fingers to remind myself, like here's where I don't want glue between my fingers. Like that. It's fine. We have the round ones. That might look nice. Even sticking up above. I like that. That's kind of plain, doesn't really do anything for it, but I think this one looked cute. Sticking up. So again, I'm just going to use my fingers to tell me where not to put glue. And I wonder if I just want to do that in case, yeah, I think I will. I'm just going to do it in such a way that it could be a tuck spot. That looks good. And we don't want anything in there. Definitely adding quite a bit of bulk with all these things. Shells, I don't think I want anything like that. I wish I had more of these. I don't want to just add one, but that's all I have left, so. I have other colors. I only have 2 though, and I would need to have 3. Do I have, oh look, I have this one. I feel like that's just gonna be too much. Okay. Save those, might want to use them on the big book. Oh, do we want something on there. That was... I like to put something round on the front of a belly band, or even square, just a tag or something. Kind of like that. That one looks nice too, because it picks up on the flowers that are on the belly band. It's a little more subtle than one of these brighter ones. Kind of like the bright ones though. Could put it down low. I think I like the more subtle look of this one. Okay, we're gonna do it. All right, this time I'm using my fingers to show me where I do want the glue. And I'll just put a little bit there. There is that. Now, if you know you're going to add a lot of pictures, you might not want to add those chipboards because they add quite a bit of bulk already before you even added your pictures. All right, we are going to call this one done. And I need to trim that. Pretty. Okay, that one's done. And let's go through and see. I'm not sure I want to distract from what's already here. And I don't, so I'm going to leave that one. Here we've got quite a bit more room to play with, if we want. I'm not sure that we do, but if we want to, we can. I was thinking of this on the back inside pocket. I'll leave that one. That we don't need anything there like we did on the other one. Now this is where I had things hanging off on the small book, but I don't know as I want that on the bigger book because I don't have anything I want to use for it. These are kind of out of scale for the bigger book. And we have the rounds. I just feel like I'm adding to add, and that's not what I want to do. And something here would be good, but I don't like either of those. The seal we've used a lot, but he does look good there. Dolphin doesn't really go with the brown. He looks good, but he's right there. And again, I just feel like I'm adding to add on this one, so I feel like we're not going to really add anything to this book. And I was thinking of the orca, which I do kind of like that there. So I think we will go with him. And if we go with him, we could add a few flowers because we have these little ones, and that'll play up what we've got going on the front. So that's what we're going to do here. So I am just putting him down sort of to echo the shape of this mirror or frame or whatever that is. Okay. So then let's see if only got these three. I mean, you know what? I've probably got stuff in my stash, some flat flowers in my stash. I'll check. I don't know as I have any in the blues though. I might. I've got blue, even if I just use white. I'm not sure about this peach. There's no peach on that page. Hang on. All right, I'm back. I have this, which is a creamy color. It's technically a poinsettia, but I don't think anybody would call me on it. I have these. A lot of them are too peachy pinky, but there's a couple that are kind of white. Take a look. Yeah, that's not bad. That's definitely kind of white. Here comes Jolly. Pull out a couple of those. What you doing, baby? No, don't go over there. I've got my computer over there. I don't need you walking on that. Let's see. Maybe we've got some flat blue flowers. You know, the die cuts. Oh, we've got white too. All right, so let's try this. Maybe just I don't like adding two of anything. That bothers me. But I feel like two looks better than that because that flower doesn't really go. It does though, it's not bad. I don't know why I say it doesn't go, it's fine. I'm just poking around on my desk. Oh, wait. I think I have one more flat flower. Yay. Saved. Look. Okay. Now we're cooking. Okay. I don't know if I want the flowers to the inside of him or to the outside, or just covering the part of his tail, period. I think they look good either way, but the further out they are, the less they're going to interfere with closing the page. Suppose we did that. Is there another little? Or maybe add that and then add these on top. Nope. Am I just gilding the lily? I do feel like I need the flowers though. Or do they need to be lower down, like he's coming up out of them? No, that's not as good. Suppose we did that. Okay. Now I'm starting to feel like I like that. I'm starting to like that. Okay, let me slide those over. We're gonna put this down here. I just gotta put my glue. Put too much glue, of course. Let's put that there. And then if we're gonna put these like that, give or take with that underneath. So we're just kind of gonna tuck that there, like that. there. And those kind of like that. I'm pretty good with that. All right, so put that there. And then this one is, whoops, tucking underneath that one. Probably should have put this one first. That. And this one is going on top of those. Okay, that looks nice. Reach over here. If we want to add some little other embellishments. And I feel like, why not? Oops. I have glue on my hand. Look at what a mess. So everything's sticking. Okay, so just put a sparkly there. I need to get some more of these. I feel like maybe something up there. And maybe a little one tucked in kind of half under this flower, just peeking out a little bit. Oh, you know what we have? I forgot all about. Oh, that was my ink. Is we have these little chips. We may go back through. I think that's good. Just adds a little bit of sparkle. I don't think we need any of the gold or the silver. Okay. Let me see. I had that one. Originally I was going to use this one on the cover, but then I ended up doing something different. Of course, these can be painted, but I kind of like that just as is right there. That's kind of cool. Just to add a little something there. We glittered these for the cover of the small album, but I don't want glitter. I don't really want to paint it. Let me see. Try to ink it. Let's see what it looks like if I just kind of ink it heavily. Carefully, because it's fragile. Oh, I kind of like that. Oh, I like that. You know, I knew I had something in mind for that spot, and I couldn't remember what it was. Oh, I like that. And again, you could paint this if you want, but I like that, just the ink. I wonder if I want a little more ink, though. Gonna, okay. I like it. I like how it looks inked. But I don't know, I think it needs something else, and I'm not sure what. Let me see. This is my craft man here. It's kind of a mess from all the glitter, and we may even use some glitter. It's a little yellow for me is the problem, and I was hoping that the ink would tone down the yellow, but it didn't. So I'm just going to use this little scrap here as a mat. This is just craft paint, acrylic, from the big box store. kind of dry brushing it a little bit. I mean, I'm not gonna fuss over this. I'm not going for 100% coverage here. It's a little sheer. And you could even thin this paint down a little bit if you want, but I just want to tone down the yellow that I'm seeing. I bent it. Be careful. Okay. And I'm wondering, it's drying really quick. Do we want to add a little glitter to that? Or do we just want to use it as is? I'm thinking maybe just a little on the sand. I have this color called chestnut, and I'm wondering if I mix it with a little bit of the gold and just put it down along the sand. I think that's sand, or is that supposed to be water? If that's supposed to be water, then I should use blue. You know what? Let me look. On the actual paper, which I have right here, it's kind of gray and white, more silvery, like water. So maybe we do silver and maybe bling and maybe some white. Once again, I feel like I'm making this more complicated than it needs to be. You do not need to do any of this. All right, let's see. It's pretty dry. Okay. Let me set that aside. Just gonna turn this up. Oh, that's not gonna work. All right, hang on. Cat hair all over it too. Okay, hang on. Let me just turn it around and get a flat area. I hope you can see. How's that? And I'm just gonna use our glitter glue. And I'm just using the same brush that I used with the paint. And I'm just doing a little bit. I'm not going for 100% coverage here. Just see how that does with white. Just to give us a little shine. And then some silver. And some of the bling. And I think I'm just going to put a tiny bit of the blue. And hang on. It's probably dry at this point. The blue probably won't stick. Okay, let's try that. And then I am going to just use the back of my brush, kind of dab it all in a little bit. And my finger, might as well, I'm covered with glitter anyway. I went from, I'm not going to do anything to that, to going whole hog, typically. I think, okay, that's not bad, but I think I need more. what I'm going to do here, because I have all these glitters mixed up, is I'm just going to kind of tap it into that. Let's see how that does. Not bad. I do feel like I'm not getting enough coverage. I know I said I wasn't going for 100% coverage, but I want more coverage than what I'm getting. All right, let's see how we do with that. Is not bad, actually. Give myself try sprinkling some direct and see what I get. Whoa, okay, didn't mean for that much blue. It's okay, it's not bad. It was on the top, so it didn't really stick anyway. That's better, okay. It's still a light coverage, but it'll show. All right, let me get this safely put away somewhere where it will not immediately shower glitter everywhere. If you're wondering about these glitters, I'll try to link them if I can find them. I got them at Michael's. Oh, much better, yeah. Toned down the yellow and we added a little bit of sparkle. Much better. Okay, now we need to glue it down. So, okay, I think I've got glue everywhere I need it. And I'm putting this down right about there. There we go. That looks good. I am happy with that. Okay, I'm gonna leave that to dry. All right, I'm gonna clean everything up. I'll be back in for you just a second. We'll let this dry and we'll wrap it up. This has dried. I have this fluffy brush. It's a makeup brush, an e.l.f. complexion brush, but any fluffy, inexpensive brush will work. And what I like to do when I'm finished with glitter on something is just give it a little brush to just get the loose glitter off. I mean, it'll continue to come off for a little bit, but not too long. It really does stick pretty well once it's down. Okay, that is done. Now, one thing that I wanted to mention that the last album that we made was Passion. And we used the same kind of sort of floating spine situation on Passion.
and I made that cover 1/4 of an inch wider. And I kind of feel like it just lays a little better than this one. It's fine, but if you can see, things are sticking out a little bit. So what I'm going to do is I'll mention it in the walkthrough, and in the cutting guide I am going to give you the measurement for the wider cover, and I will note that in the videos I used the 2 1/4. I think I used a 2 1/4, and a Passion I used 2 1/2. Yeah. Up to you. It's fine. There's nothing wrong with it. It just, and actually on the small one, but even here, see how it kind of goes up and then down? I think it would be flatter if I used the 2 1/2. It's really cosmetic, so it's up to you how you want to do it. I'm happy with it. I don't think there's anything wrong with it. I just think if you go wider, it might look a little smoother. Up to you. Anyway, so switch these around. So we are done. We have made 2 books, and I'm so happy with them. I don't really have anything else to add. This was a lot of fun. I have almost nothing left. I mean, I have some of the, you saw I have like chipboards and things. I have some of those left. I have some flowers left. I don't really have much paper left, just little scraps. I think, like I said, I had 1. I have 2. What have I got here? Hang on, I'll look and see. I have the covers, the 8x8 covers, the 2 front covers, and 1 back cover left. So I could maybe make a little card or something. Got some small scraps. Like this was the cover of 12x12. Use that. I think that's about it. So I had 2 12x12 and 2 8x8, and you need every bit of both of those. If you want a cushion, you might want to get a second 8x8, but you can do it with 2. I did, and I have, it was close, but I have paper, a little bit of paper left. All right, well, thank you so much for watching. Again, this is a project for Scrap and Create. I will have a link down below where you can go and get your supplies, and it would definitely support me and them if you did so. There's a link down below to the cutting guide, and I don't know if I've mentioned it recently, but this board that I'm working on is from Glassport Studios. I purchased it. It was not given to me. I didn't even have a discount, but I did reach out to them after I got it to tell them how much I liked it, and they offered a discount code for all of you, so I will have that down below as well, and it's a nice discount. It's 20% off, and this was not cheap, so you might find that helpful, but I like it quite a lot. It's also magnetic. I don't know if I mentioned that. But anyway, so that's all of that. I will see you next time, and we will be working again with Stamperia, which I'm so happy to be working mostly with Stamperia, although I know I've had some other collections that I've really liked too that were not Stamperia, but for the foreseeable future, I think it's going to be mostly Stamperia. So I will see you next time. Thanks again for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe. It really helps the channel, and I appreciate it, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.